Why yes, this obviously well-off family with 1,600 kids has overdone it on the Christmas lights. Thanks for noticing.
I've seen smaller houses with more Christmas lights. This is the average amount of Christmas lights for a house that large.
McAllisters put lights on the trees across the sidewalk, surely prompting lawsuits from the dozens of kids tripping on the wires.
Nobody said that those lights on the other side of the street are from the McAllisters. Yeah, they're the same type of light, but this is a common color for Christmas lights.
Did you by any chance pick up the voltage adapter thing?
No, I didn't have time to do that.
Well, how am I supposed to shave in France?
Peter ignores thousands of years of men shaving with alternatives to electric razors.
Peter probably doesn't have any other shaving material besides his electric razor.
All kids, no parents. Probably a fancy orphanage.
Harry forgets that he just saw a full-fledged adult walk by and ignore him 2 minutes ago.
He said no parents, not no adults. Harry has no evidence to prove if the adult that walked by him is a parent or not.
This is an orgy of evidence that this is a boy's room from the 90s. Michael Jordan poster? Check. Random sports equipment placed perfectly on shelf? Got it. Poster of Bikini Babe? Definitely. Time of your life board game? You bet. Wait, what?
The orgy of evidence running joke is just another way of saying characterization via set design, which is a good thing. So why are you sinning it?
Is it true that French babes don't shave their pits?
C'est raciste.
Not really.
Also, what is Buzz worried about? He's 14 years old and looks like Biff Tannen's nerdy little brother. I don't think he'll be getting any during his French holiday.
You do realize that Buzz is
Les incompétents.
right.
Check it out, old man Marley.
Buzz, whose window faces Marley's house, is fascinated to see a dude that he's presumably noticed 1,000,000 times since living here, because we needed a quick way to introduce him.
Buzz is only pointing out Old Man Marley so that he can talk about his story to scare Kevin. They are siblings who hate each other after all.
Also, you did not f***ing notice this shit from the far side of the room.
Buzz probably just heard Marley. In fact, if you play the clip that you're playing, and listen closely, we, the audience, can also hear him.
Check it out, old man Marley. Murdered his whole family and half the people on the block.
How come the cops don't arrest him?
Not enough evidence to convict.
I realize this is 14-year-old logic, but do they really believe this asshole killed his family and half the block, but there wasn't enough evidence for conviction? Was Johnny Cochran involved in this case?
Again, Buzz is only telling this story to scare Kevin. He does not actually believe it.
Did anyone order me a plain cheese?
Well, yeah, we did. But if you want any, somebody's gonna have to barf it all up. Because it's gone.
Look, I had an older brother in real life, and he did plenty of older brother things to me, but even he thinks this movie's older brother is about 3 steps too far.
I get the point you're making. Buzz is overly evil for somebody who's just teasing his little brother. But Jeremy, unlike your brother, Buzz hates Kevin, and so does everyone else in this family.
Nice tip. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Somewhere deep in the internet, there must be some erotic fanfiction about Kevin's mom and the pizza delivery dude, but I will not ruin my childhood by Googling it.
Why is this the movie's fault?
This clock literally has battery backup written on it, but goes off immediately when the power is knocked out.
The backup battery could be dead, or uninstalled.
There's no way on earth we're gonna make this plane. It leaves in 45 minutes.
Frank's an asshole, but he's right. Even with no traffic, it'll still take at least 30 minutes to get from Winnetka to O'Hare. And they are trying to make an international flight with 15 people.
If they arrive at the O'Hare airport in 30 minutes, like you said, they would have 15 minutes to run from the front entrance, or the parking lot, to Terminal 3, which is where they are going according to this scene. In a pre-9/11 era, 15 minutes is enough time to arrive. According to my cousin, who lives in Chicago, you could make it in 15 minutes today.
Amid heavy holiday hustle and bustle, the giant-ass McAllister clan is able to run right through O'Hare Airport without being slowed.
They're not being stopped by anything in this one scene, so that must mean that they were never slowed down at all during this journey. That makes sense to me.
This movie is simply expert at taking us through the whole house and showing the props that Kevin will later use, like the mannequin parts. Damn it, I'm taking a sin off to celebrate this awesomeness.
Yep.
Kevin unknowingly ingests a heavy stimulant and spends the next several minutes tripping balls.
Sure.
This is the 3rd time I've been tempted to remove a sin just for John Williams' amazing score. There are at least 3 themes that are all badass, and it's for a Christmas comedy. I'm giving in.
I agree.
Hello? I'll have to call you back.
American woman steps off plane in Paris and puts American coin into payphone, and guess what? It works.
We can't see what type of coin this is, so it probably is a French coin. If you're wondering where she got it from, there's a little thing that exists called a currency exchange.
Kevin screams so loud he breaks the 4th wall.
Yeah, that was weird.
We live in the most boring street in the United States of America.
Says the kid who claims a serial killer lives next door.
Again, Buzz does not actually believe this story. He only mentioned it to scare Kevin.
The kid's there, the parents gotta be. He's home alone.
Roll credits.
If you're wondering why I don't send the roll credits lines, that's because I'm assuming that Jeremy just finds it a little cringy whenever somebody cheekily says the title of the movie. But Jeremy, this is not the first time the title has been said.
I have a son who's home alone. I'm calling from Paris. I have a son who's home alone.
Oh, he's just home alone.
Basements are like that.
That's Basemist. Water is poured on the sidewalk, but Kevin is out here in just a sweater, so it's highly unlikely this would freeze in time for Harry and Marv to show up.
That's not a sidewalk. Also, in the very next scene, Kevin is wearing more than just a sweater, so he was probably just in a hurry, so he didn't have time to put on more than a sweater. Meaning that it probably is cold enough for that water to freeze.
Whew, what a nightmare. I'm sure nothing like this will ever happen again.
The existence of the Home Alone sequels isn't a problem with this movie. It's time for a bonus section. Do you remember this scene from Home Alone? Of course you do. This is one of the most iconic scenes in the movie. Well, Harry makes this face at some point. I sent it to r/Mahler and told them to caption it. Don't worry. The bonus sections won't just be me sending things to Reddit. In fact, for B-Movie Tryhard's videos on Final Destinations 1 and 2, the two bonus sections I have in mind are reading a Sonic Final Destination fanfic to Supersonic Mikey.
This is a backflip. Oh my god, I did it! Yeah!
And playing the Final Destination 3's DVD feature Choose Their Fate with someone. But enough with my future plans, let's go to Reddit.
All the families together, my grandparents are in the room, then I walk in, everyone's like, fuck, goddammit, Rags, you ruined Grandma.
Oh.
Wow. I don't want to know what that means.
Christmas at your house is wild, man.
Yeah, you're looking at my fucking nephew, you're ruining your grandma. I think there's something wrong with...
When episode 9 is worse than the leaks. Maybe. When Movie Bob just finished watching the last bad film in existence. If we actually do get to the point where somebody watches the last bad film in existence, or there will be no more bad films anymore, if we get to that point, life will be really boring. Frictional Games set out to make a shocking horror game, and they failed. Maybe. When the 5 werewolves enter simultaneously, I'm guessing he's being mauled to death. It's only that part of his body that's still intact. The rest is just blood and bones. I knew somebody would say something along those lines. Me receiving the glory of Stormfront's posts. Grandma when Rags enters the room. I didn't just fart, what are you talking about?